y'all, it's Yaya doing another tutorial that I told you guys I was gonna do. I haven't done one since the bread, so it's been a while. But this one is on making your own diapers, cloth diapers. I told you guys in the last video, in the home birth video, that we also cloth diaper. And I make my cloth diapers because if you've ever tried to cloth diaper, with the modern style of cloth diapers, they are quite expensive. These are some that I've made for this baby. This is a newborn size diaper, and it has snaps for when the baby grows. And it also has a pocket. Now this one is called a hidden PUL, and you can still see my disappearing ink marks here. This is a hidden PUL pocket diaper. So this waterproof layer, which is called pull or polyurethane laminate, it stops the baby, well, it stops the clothes from getting wet. And you have a pocket here for putting in soakers or towels or any kind of absorbent material, so that of course it absorbs the pee and stuff. So when they first come, I stick with the traditional bird's eye cloth diapers that you can get like in a 10-pack, the Gerber brand from Walmart. And I usually make bigger ones like this one, which I also made. And this is not hidden PUL. This orange layer is actually the PUL. And I put snaps on it. The inside is flannel, and it also has a pocket to put the soaker. So it's waterproof. Their clothes won't get wet. It's a polyester PUL. You can also get cotton PUL, which would be a little more breathable. But my children haven't had a problem with it so far. Hopefully this new baby won't either. But some people do have problems with the PUL as far as kids getting diaper rash and stuff like that, especially when it's hot. So you can also use fleece. Micro fleece is the best fleece that you can use for a diaper project. The first time around, when I was just starting out making them, I actually stole all my husband's t-shirts and made diapers out of them. And that worked pretty good because my kids and I stay home all day, so I was able to change the diapers often with it not being waterproof, and they didn't mess up their clothes as much. But these that I'm making now, oh, and also with this one, I make the bigger ones because, like I said, I have big babies, and this has adjustable rise on it. So that's the ones that I'll be making the most of this go around, because you just get more out of them. They fit babies from like 3 months to 3 years, so it helps. And like I said, when you go to purchase cloth diapers, they're like $18 to $20 a piece for this style of diaper, and that's kind of high. So you can make your own, and that is why I'm doing this tutorial. Now this is a layer of PUL fabric, and this is a layer of flannel fabric. For your closures, you can use Velcro, which is really inexpensive. You can find it at any Walmart, Joann's, anywhere pretty much. Or you can use these snaps. This is how they look once you put them on. Just plastic, regular plastic snaps. But this little pile here, I've set out my sets of snaps here, and this is snap pliers. That's one thing. When you use snaps, you have to have snap pliers. And this is an awl to make the hole to put your snaps. A good pair of scissors. You'll of course need your fabric. And with PUL, you can use bobby pins, clothespins, what are those things? Paper clips, if you want to put the two layers together and keep them together so they don't move when you're sewing. But I use regular school glue, and it washes off. So your first step, of course, with making cloth diapers is finding a pattern that you like. And I will post some links under this video of different websites where you can get free diaper patterns. There's also diaper patterns that you can pay for, and you can make them and sell them. Some of the free ones you can't make them and resell them, but they're still good to have, even if you want to use them as a jumping board to create your own pattern. So I just glue a couple of the sides together. It's not a big deal. You don't have to glue all the way around, just so that it doesn't move when you're trying to sew. And you're gonna glue right sides together. So whatever you want to show on your diaper, like the inside and the outside of the diaper, I want this to show, of course, because this is a printed side, is what you glue together, because you're gonna sew it inside out. And this is, I wouldn't say it's a beginner sewing project. It's about intermediate though. It's not that difficult. If you are a beginner, don't get intimidated by it. Just do what I did and steal shirts or borrow some shirts and cut them up. Use your pattern to cut the shirts and sew them until you get it together. And you can actually use those as inserts. Those diapers that you sew, you can use them as inserts. But with the fleece, if you don't want to use the PUL, you can use fleece or you can use wool, which is water resistant material. It's not exactly waterproof, but it will save your baby's clothes a little bit. And you can also use the bird's eye cloth diapers with one of these as a diaper cover. So you can sew this as a diaper cover instead of as like the actual diaper. But once you have it sewed together, glued together, because you're not using pins for this to hold it together, because this PUL, it won't be as waterproof if there's holes everywhere. Duh. Because I'm making a pocket diaper, this flap here is to put elastic in. Now, there are diaper patterns. If you don't want to make a pocket, there's diaper patterns without this, but I always make pocket diapers. That's the ones that I prefer. So you don't want to sew that shut. So you're going to start on one side of the flap. Bring your presser foot down. If you sew, you know to do that. And just take it slow. If you are a beginner sewer, just take it slow. Don't try to, rush through it or breeze through it. Some people have some difficulty with the PUL and the presser foot. It helps if you turn it over and let the PUL face the feed dogs. Also, if you have a walking foot, that helps too with PUL fabric, because it can get a little sticky, but I haven't had a problem yet. So like I said, you don't want to sew your flap shut where your elastic goes, but you do want to start on one of the sides and sew in a straight line, back stitch a couple times to make sure it's not going to come out. And sew. When you get to a corner, bring your needle down, lift up your presser foot, and turn it around. Down. All right, and I'm gonna sew around this diaper now. And when I come back, I'll show you how to do the rest, which would be attaching your elastic, how to measure your elastic and things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna sew around the diaper and I'll be back with you in a second. Now I've sewed around all the way around the diaper. I kind of messed up here a little bit because I'm horrible at cutting. Okay, even with the rotary cutter, I'm still bad. And my pattern pieces are a little off. But I sewed all the way around. One thing that I forgot to mention previously is that your snaps, if you're doing an adjustable one, which if you're just starting out, I do recommend that you use the Velcro at first, because snaps are like, they can be a headache if you haven't dealt with them before. They're pretty easy with the snap pliers, but if you put the male part or the female part on the wrong side, then you end up having to take it off, and taking a snap off is a headache. Okay, I had to burn off like 3 of them the other day. It was horrible. But put your snaps, if you're going to do the adjustable, put your snaps for the adjustment on before you start sewing, because otherwise you won't be able to put it on. Put them on after you're finished. Like with these here on the sides, you put those on at the end. But also, I'm not sure if I mentioned that you also need braided elastic. Is this braided? Yeah, this is braided elastic. The 1/4 inch is best for little babies, but you can use it for all of your cloth diapers, really. This is 1/2 inch because Joann's had a sale on elastic, and clearly people bought all the 1/4 inch. The next step, after you've sewn all the way around your diaper, if you're making a pocket diaper, is to sew these elastic casings shut. So you didn't sew the casing closed, so you have your opening here where you can flip it inside out, but you want to turn it over like this and sew straight across. You're not going to put your elastic in yet, but you just want to sew straight across so that you have a casing to put your elastic. You're going to do that on both sides. Fold them inward and just sew straight across. And get yourself a safety pin, because next I will be showing you how to insert your elastic into your casing, and also do your leg elastic. Measure, if you already have your baby, it's best to take the elastic and measure around their little legs like that, so that you know just how much elastic you need. Because I don't already have this little baby, I'm just gonna wing it, really. Really. And if you're doing them for a very little baby, like the newborn size ones, you can also sew a piece of elastic across the front so that the front is also adjustable. But I'm gonna go ahead and sew that, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute. So I've sewn my casings for my elastic shut. You can see here, it's like a little case. And what you do is put a safety pin. It doesn't have to be a big, gigantic safety pin like this, but you pin the end of your elastic. Give it a little room so it doesn't shred away. And you thread it through. Thread it through the hole. And you pull it all the way through. Once you pull it through and you have it pulled to the other side, you're gonna stitch. So stick it under you into your sewing machine. Now you don't have to cut it yet. It would behoove you not to cut it yet. Stick it into your sewing machine, put your presser foot down. Make sure you're keeping this pocket open. You do not want to sew that shut. Put your presser foot down, stitch it a couple times, back stitch, stitch, back stitch. And I stitch and back stitch several times because it will come out, the elastic, so you want to make sure you have it in there good and secure. Cut your extra thread, and then you want to pull it so that it has that stretch factor going on, like that. Pull it all the way over. And I pull it pretty taut. You don't want to pull it too taut, but you know. And then you still don't want to cut it yet. You want to stitch it on this side as well. Right there, just that quick. And you have that done. You're going to do that on both sides of your elastic casing. Old Faithful here is trying to start acting up, but she going to get it together. Tonight. Now you want to cut it. You see where your stitch is? Give yourself like this much space. Don't cut it right up on the stitch. And you're gonna do it on the other side as well. Cut all your extra threads. Elastic, safety pin, thread it through. And you're gonna stick it through your casing. And it's so rewarding. I mean, lately I've been DIYing a whole lot of things. I've been making soap, and I've always, well, not always, but since I've known, probably for the last 3 years or so, made our laundry detergent. It's just so rewarding making your own stuff and knowing, oh, I don't have to go to the store for this, and you know what's in it, you know what chemicals you're putting on your family's skin. It's just awesome. So you're gonna stitch this side as well. Okay. Making sure old Gloria ain't acting up, because my thread keeps coming out. That's the issue I'm having with this sewing machine, but she gets the job done. I ain't gonna complain about my girl. Pull it so that you have some stretch and stitch it on the other side. Pull it up. Cut all your extra thread off. Give yourself about a good 1/4 inch and snip. Now for the leg elastic, like I said, I'm going to wing it because I pretty much know how the legs go with my babies, my previous babies that I cloth diapered. But if you have your baby already, take the elastic, measure around their leg. And what you're gonna do on your seam allowance, which is the extra on the outside of your stitch, you're gonna sew right here. I'm gonna show you, if you are winging it like me, I'm gonna show you how I wing it. Put it down on the diaper, like here, on your seam allowance. You're gonna put it right under your top flap. See, this is the front of the diaper. This will be the front of the diaper. You're gonna put it, I'm gonna put it so you can see, like right under the top. And so stitch across. Make sure you don't get too close to the edge of the elastic. Make sure you leave yourself a little space and that you back stitch several times so that you don't have a loosey-goosey diaper. Nobody likes a loose diaper. And I don't make mine with gussets. I haven't found that I need to. Have we had any blowouts with cloth diapers? We've had more blowouts with disposable diapers than with cloth diapers. We haven't had many blowouts with cloth diapers. No. Because I don't think my husband would be still agreeing to cloth diaper if we had plenty of blowouts. But, and so what you do, once you sew that side, stretch it. I'd say about 6 inches, but you're gonna stretch it because as you can see, 6 inches goes to about right here. You're gonna stretch so that you get all the way up to the underside of your back flap. And if you're not using PUL, you can pin so that you can sew across. If you are, don't pin it. Pretty much just don't pin it. And you're gonna stitch. Back stitch several times. And you're gonna see now how that is. Give yourself about 1/4 inch and then cut. And you see that your diaper ends up being like this. But when we top stitch, you're gonna see how it goes when we top stitch. But when we top stitch, you're gonna stretch it all the way out like this so that you don't catch the elastic, but also so that you can sew it properly, and then it'll shrink back in. So, like this diaper, you see how it is here, and it shrinks back in. That's what happens. So you're gonna do that on both sides. And I know I'm not being super duper accurate with the elastic measuring. I'm not one of those people who's like a stickler for when I'm doing my pattern. I am, because I usually use my own pattern. This is a Babyville boutique pattern that I'm trying out to see if I like it better. But I'll also do a video soon on making your own diaper pattern. And it'll be a one-size diaper pattern. Why am I putting a safety pin on this? But it'll be a one-size diaper pattern. And I'll just show you how to do the measurements and make it yourself if you don't want to buy someone's diaper pattern. But most of the moms who make diaper patterns, who have them for sale online, are work-at-home moms. So it will be good to support them. But you're going to stitch your elastic on your other side. And see, there goes Gloria. We're going to get it together. Just got to thread it back in. All right. Stitch your elastic again. Cut off your extra threads. And we are almost done, guys. All that you have to do after you do your elastic is turn it inside, well, turn it on the right side and top stitch all the way around and add your closure, whatever closure you decided to use, whether it's Velcro or the snaps. So you're going to stretch it out how you did at first so that you get to the other side. Use your seam allowance. Yeah, that's good. And stitch again. Now, if you were good at cutting your pattern, you were awesome, unlike myself, now would be the time, right before you turn it inside out, that you go around on your corners and snip your corners. I do have a couple of corners I can snip. You're going to snip your corners so that when you turn it, when you turn your diaper, you can get good square corners. If you use the diaper pattern with square corners. And so that you don't have all that extra bulk on the corners. But you want to snip close to the seam, but you don't want to snip into the seam. And here, I can snip. I'm so bad at cutting, y'all. And my sons always want to, let's do gluing and cutting. I'm like, your mom sucks at cutting, son. I'm so artistic, but scissors is not something that I love, or that loves me. Okay, you're gonna go to your pocket and flip that baby inside out, outside in, right side out. Okay, so we flipped it inside out through the pocket. As you can see, this is where the snaps are that I already attached. Also, a good thing to do when you're attaching those snaps to just the PUL fabric, which I didn't do this time, is cut little squares like from your scrap fabric and reinforce. Like put the square there and then stick your snap through and put your snap on, so that you have that extra reinforcement when you go to pull. But a reason that I use the snaps is because babies, if you're a new mom, this is something that babies do. They like to take their diapers off when they get a little bigger. And these are a little harder for them to undo than Velcro. But anywho, what we're gonna do now is top stitch all the way around the diaper. So you're gonna start at your pocket. Do not sew your pocket once again. You're gonna start at your pocket and stitch all the way around, like 1/8 of an inch to, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch all the way around. But not like a big, huge area. Just right around here close to the edges. When you get to your elastic, your leg elastic, you're gonna go in. So you're gonna turn your needle in and bring it down. And we're gonna keep the camera on so that you can see me do at least one side of it, so you can see what I'm saying as far as that the elastic goes. Also, another thing you want to do is try to keep your PUL on the outside. Sometimes when you go to top stitch, it gets like this, but you want to try to keep it like this, because this is the waterproof part. And with cloth diapers, there's wicking that happens if you don't have your PUL on the outside. Around the legs will get wet. You'll see like wet spots around your baby's clothes around the leg part, because this is not waterproof, the flannel layer. And for this flannel layer, you can use t-shirt material, which is jersey knit. You can use any kind of cotton, breathable, nice material that's soft on your baby's butt. There's even bamboo fabric now, which when I'm rich, that's what I'm gonna use. But as of today, I'm just regular. So I'm using this flannel I found on sale at Joann's. It was awesome. It was $2.50, $2.49 a yard, y'all. So definitely check out the remnants area at Joann's. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go this way. So like I said, try to keep your PUL on the outside, or pull, as they say. Keep it on the outside. Take it slow if you need to. Back stitch. Get to your corner. Bring your needle down. A little bit closer to the edge on mine. Bring your needle down and turn so that you get a good corner. Ow, 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 ow. I just hurt myself, y'all. Let's see. Gloria Akinsilvia. Alright. We're almost to the leg elastic. Let me show you what we do at the leg elastic. All right, once you get to your leg elastic, lift up, turn it so that you're coming straight across the diaper. Bring it down. You're gonna sew a little bit across. You're gonna do that again, lift it up, make sure your needle is down, turn it and go down. I'm gonna show you. Needle still down. Turn it so that your diaper is facing up and down again. Bring your presser foot down. Make sure you don't have any fabric bunched up under there. And what you're gonna do the whole time you're sewing where the leg elastic is, you're going to keep it stretched out. It's kind of difficult to do at first, but you'll get it. Keep it stretched out and do not sew on the elastic. You're sewing around the elastic. So, let me see. Make sure your elastic is straight under there. All right. Keep it stretched. And if you gotta keep stopping, keep stopping. But pull fabric is not cheap, so take it slow if you must. And see how this happened here? That's what you don't want. So y'all see I messed this one up, but my baby will survive, I promise. All right, you get to this end, turn it again. And you're gonna sew all the way around till you get to the other side. You're gonna sew all the way around the top, across the top, or around here and across the top till you get to the elastic on the other side. Oh Lord, my bobbin has run out of thread. Okay, we're gonna thread the bobbin now. Turn the camera back on in a minute. Once we come back, you'll see I will have sewn all the way around. Once I thread this bobbin, I'll have sewn all the way around and onto the other leg elastic. And the top stitching will be done. So after that, the last thing that I'll have to do is apply my snaps on the front and on the side flaps, and I'll be done. You'll have a finished diaper.